Let's start with the seat. Make the stock 21 inches long, 1 3/4 of an inch thick. The next thing is to square them all up. Let me show you where to place the bevels making this seat. But we're going to place some lines on here that'll help me know where the bevels are going to be placed on each of the boards. I can go to the miter gauge, or I can go to the joiner, and I can copy that 3 degrees. This time, let's go to the joiner. This is the corner that needs to go into the corner that the fence and the bed of the joiner make, back against the fence. So I've got 3 places where they're all going to come together, where the boards join, that we're going to reinforce with biscuits or dominoes. I use an 8 by 50 millimeter Festool domino. It takes 12 of them. This is the Festool domino. Here's what happens when you turn it on. So I'm going to lift it up against this surface, and I'm going to hold it steady. And I'm also using my fingers to hold down the board so it'll stay still. I'm plunging in, cutting the mortise. I'm letting it retreat, and then I'm setting it down. Okay, now you need to find your seat pattern. It's a half a seat pattern. And since we made this center line here, we're going to use it to line up the seat pattern, and we're going to take the back edge of the seat pattern all the way to the back of the seat. How about that? And then over here, we're going to flush it out with the side. It took me a couple of years to find the perfect way to make this cut. Tried a lot of different things. But you don't want anything flopping around like the fence on a miter gauge or whatever, so that I'll be cutting to the inside on the waist side of the cut. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll make a cross cut. The joinery really requires use of a crosscut sled. It's the best way to make crosscuts that will yield a perfectly square joint. So seat boards 1 and 5 both have the same notches for the front and the back legs. Then I'll go to the table saw and I'll show you how to cut the front leg notch. So let me review this for you. I'm going to plunge in. Then I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to tap the pilot bearing on the shoulder here, and then make what's called a little climb cut. Remember I told you always went right to left? Well, this is a little bit of left to right, just to tap that other shoulder back to the middle and out. That's the way you do it. From the back of the seat board here all the way to the front. And so I want I want the pattern to lay at this point right here as the back of the seat bowl comes up. Line up this point with that, and in the front, let it kind of flush out at this bottom corner right here. So I'm going to hold it in place, take a Sharpie, and we'll draw it. All right, there we go. Now, we're going to turn it over and mark it on the other side too. So, right here is one place to mark it, or to line it up. And in the front, let's line it up there. Mark it with a Sharpie. It's kind of a line right down the middle, kind of a seam that we'll just clean up with the grinder. I'm going to take out this little ridge here down the middle from the two bandsaw cuts. It's left, just needs to be smoothed out. And then I've got an area back here that is inside the seat bowl, but inside this black line for the seat bowl. I want to take it out now, and then I think we'll be ready to do the other side, and we can move on. I did a dry fit of all 5 parts. I wanted to check, make sure when these clamps are in place and all the dominoes are in place, that everything closes up, all the joints. And all this looks really good. All right, so now I'm ready for the real thing. In case you want to know, this is happens to be a Swiss-made gouge, and it's a number 3 gouge as far as the curve here of the sweep, they call it, and it's 35 millimeters wide. And it's a great all-purpose gouge to have in your shop, and I suggest that you get something similar. It's great for paring plugs off and just all kinds of things. And it works real well if you need to chase a relative off. It's big enough that they'll respect it. think we can, everything needs to go toward the middle here. This needs to be the lowest spot on the seat. And I think after I finish this other quarter over here, we'll be ready to add some legs and get this baby legged up. Hey, I tell you what, this is fun.